So today is October 20th, 2021. This is a day trading recap. This is my watch list for today. I only took two trades today. I traded two tickers. One on the ES. I was trading the futures, and one on Upstart. And let's start with the Upstart. Then I'll go through the watch list, and then I'll go through I'll go through. Anyway, I'll just start with Upstart. Actually, when I started, I had this entire list down. I had Apple, BYND, Docu, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan, mRNA, MU, Roku, Snap, Twitter, and Upstart. Actually, I'll go through each one, what I was thinking of doing on each. So Apple, I just kind of got the impression that we had rallied too strongly and we were now going into a trading range. And if anything, this was the first range. I looked at the pre-market. It wasn't really giving me many clues of what was going to happen at the open or anything like that. But I knew that this was the range. We broke out of the range, going to another range, and then we broke down, came back into the previous range, and just kind of went sideways from there. So it was trading range open, but the plan initially was, we're in a trading range, so I expected that today will probably be in a trading range of sorts, even if we broke out. It wasn't really convincing, also because it looks like we've lost momentum, just looking at the price action. And also, yeah, we have this wedge, and that's really what I was looking for. And I think what's happening here is this trend has come to an end. It's overshot the channel. And usually what happens is you have an attempt to go even higher, double top, and then a lower high. As you can see, that's what's happening here. And it's just continuation of this trading range. BYND was something similar. We've been in a trading range since, or at least over the last 2 days. So I thought we'll probably be in the same situation here. The only thing that kind of gave me a clue that we might break the top of this range was the fact that we made a higher low over here yesterday and started trending up. Tested the highs, and I thought, okay, maybe we might come back down, but it's just 2 legs up, so I was expecting a third leg, and that's exactly what we got. Went into a trading range again, and then broke down and came back into this range. So that was that. This would have been a really good short here if one was trading that short. But I didn't take this either, because I just didn't really see, this 2 leg, I put the zone here, but I didn't really see any entry, especially as we have 2 legs up. I don't really like getting into trades when we have that sort of thing, so I decided to let it go. Docu, similar thing. We have a wedge, so I thought, okay, yesterday we traded tops. I thought we were going to have a double top, and that's exactly what we had. And in fact, we had another wedge. If you look at it from here, you could say that's a climatic top. This is a really good short, 2 legs down. I wasn't sure about this when I took this. It was a bit slow. It's one that has very low volume, so I wasn't sure I wanted to take that. GS was also in another range. I chose stocks that were in ranges. In fact, this is interesting. You can already see you have a wedge forming. But anyway, the point was, we were I was hoping we would come here, test this bottom. We have a wedge bottom here, and then take this up. That didn't really work out. It worked out, but it wasn't what I looked at. I wasn't looking at that. I could have taken it, had some time, double bottom, all the way up, 1, 2, 3, nice wedge top. And then J&J, another one in the range. Yeah, so we started the range yesterday, but I wasn't really sure about this one actually. If I look at it, why did I? Oh yes, I thought we might have a breakout. So I put the resistance up here, and then we've gone sideways because we've broken out of this range here. But that wasn't to be, so that didn't really work out. JPM, similar to Goldman. I was expecting this break, and then I was hoping maybe we might, I was expecting a rally to the top, which is basically the setup. So this would have been a good long bounce off the 20 on the 60 and taking this all the way up in here. But didn't take that because I just, anything can happen. It could be in the range and nothing else. So didn't really have the confirmation I wanted. mRNA. Right, so this one looks like a failed wedge. So we have this wedge here, pulled back yesterday, went sideways, and I thought, okay, we might just go down, but that's not exactly what's happening. We're just making the double top now. Trading range again, very, very, very big trading range price action. Went up, went down, went up, and I just thought, okay, fine, this is definitely a good one to short, and big up, big down. So this was a really good one if you were taking this short. MU was probably one of the best ones today, but I didn't take it. So the idea again, another range, and we had 3 pushes down, 1, 2, 3. But the thing is, the push happened here in pre-market, double bottom, and by the time price had opened, we were so far above where I was going to put my stop that I just didn't, which would have been over here. Right, over here, or the last low. So I just thought there was just no point getting in on this bar, which had already gone so far high. I just didn't want to take it. I didn't think we'd go this far, and we did. So that was that. Roku is a very good short. In fact, it was amazing short. That was actually the plan. Again, another wedge top. 3 pushes up, 1, 2, 3, or you could say 1, 2, and 3. I was expecting a double top today, and we got it. Lower high major trend reversal. I actually considered shorting this and just riding it down for the rest of today. I would have probably gotten out here, but yeah, this would have been beautiful, and you can see how far we went. And you can see we're almost forming another wedge. So this is one to look out for, possibly tomorrow. What else? Snap. Same thing. Double top, wedge top, double top here, micro double top. So this was another short. I think there was some news on here. There's a news spike, and then just carried on. Twitter 2 was another wedge top. The idea was, again, just kind of following this and then taking this down. Looks like we have made a double top, another news event, pulling us down again. And then this one I took, Upstart. Again, I noticed this channel, and so I decided that, okay, we always started trending down, kind of made 3 pushes down already in pre-market, and that's what happened. I thought, 1 push down in pre-market, so we probably would be going up. But what I did not consider was the fact that this is a spike channel. It's a breakout pullback, and which failed actually because you have 3 pushes up here, and then we've come back down. But what I did was I assumed that we will not test the bottom of this channel. So I went in long here with 2 contracts, 2 Upstart contracts, and then added 2 more, which was a bit too much because this is where my stop was, and so I was risking a bit more. Then we went up here, came back down, added some more here. I think I now had about 10 contracts, and this is where I started messing up because I thought, okay, this is a double bottom here, we should go up, but then I didn't consider the fact that we could also have another micro wedge here. So if you think about it, this is first push down, second push, third push. So I had 23 contracts. I think I added another one here. And when we go here, we are down quite a bit. And I was like, okay, I don't want this to break down. And what kept me in this was the fact that the VWAP was flat. We were definitely in the trading range. The bulls had put a lot of effort in keeping the price in this channel. And as you can see, we're in a bear channel, and a tight bear channel. If we look at the channel, yeah, it's pretty tight. So reversing that would take a double bottom. So, but the point was the bulls were equally matching the bears. So every time we pushed down, bulls pushed up, pushed down, bulls pushed up, pushed down again finally, which is what we expected. This is really where I should have entered on this bar, but I was already in already because I assumed this was the first one. So I should have scaled in here. I got into so many contracts. I scaled out my first partial here, 50%, took a bit more here, and then took out the last bit when I saw this bear bar. And that was that. Then I traded the ES. And see, the thing is, because I was so distracted with that trade, I wasn't very good at how I was trading the ES. So when I saw, this is what I saw. I saw these bars printing, saw we were in this area, this was yesterday's high, and also the Globex high, and I thought, okay, somehow we got to break this, and we did, but we're forming dojis. This bar broke out, but I was looking at a different trade. By the time we were up here, price was already, by the time we were up here, I decided to buy one MES contract. Then put my stop at the bottom or low of the, was it here? I can't remember, one of these places. I did put the stop in anyway at low, and then added, actually I have a screenshot and I shared it with a colleague today. Oh no, I didn't take the trade there. I took the trade higher. Alright, so I actually got in here. Okay, cool. So all this happened. No, I did take a trade here. But I took it for a scalp towards the high. I wasn't really sure whether this, this is a big gap up, so definitely a bull trend for the day. But I wasn't really sure. You could have a double top and then reverse, but it wasn't at the moving average, so I guess that was very unlikely. And I should have stayed. So I got out. I can't remember how many contracts I bought, but I think I actually bought ES contracts for this one and made I think about $200 or so. Anyway, bought that contract that you saw in that video, in that screenshot. Put my stop at low of day, bought some more here, then bought another set here, and then I just started to mess it up a bit. We went up, came back down, went up, went sideways for a bit, and I was buying. In the end, I had 58 MES contracts. My initial target was this high, my initial target was here, and as you can see, we got there, but I didn't like the fact that I had so much risk on. At one point, I think I was down about $400, and I just thought, I'm not managing this well at all. And what I was doing was I was reducing my average price each time I buy a contract, but it was the manner in which I was buying them. It wasn't the fact that I had up to 58 MES contracts, it's the manner in which I was buying them. Had I been buying a lot of them around here, if price had moved down a bit, at least I could buy a few more ticks lower, and whatever happened, I wasn't losing too much. But I bought too many around the same price, and therefore it wasn't working out. So I bought one last bunch. The last 10 when I was on 48, a bit lower than the price, because I noticed we were hovering this area. So I just decided, okay, let me just buy 10. That brought my average price down, and then set all my exits to break even, and I managed to get out. When we broke out of here, I bought 1 or 2 MES contracts. Then I just thought at this point I'm tired and I need to go and do something else, and I exited early. So I think today in the ES I just made like $200. Okay. I don't know, this one I think I made 1,370. The issue I had was I was trying to make about 2,000 on this, but I scaled out too quickly, and when I put my order, for some weird reason, it wasn't filling me at the right price that I wanted. So I was getting lower prices, or lower in value. But anyway, that was my trading day.